everyone, robynwithoutaneye here, and this week I'm going to do a review of the movie Avengers Age of Ultron. Now, so you know where I'm coming from as far as my preferences with movies and everything. I'm not so invested in the Avengers series that I've read all of the comic books, but as a kid I did watch the cartoons on TV, and I have seen all of the other Marvel superhero origin story ones leading up to Avengers Age of Ultron. So because this is an internet and we need an easily digestible format, I have 5 main points about the movie that I would like to go over. Ready, set, go! Number 1. There is a romance in this Avengers series within the Avengers team that I feel was lacking, even though Gwyneth Paltrow and Natalie Portman did not make an appearance as Pepper Potts and Jane for Iron Man and Thor, respectively. There is another romance, spoilers, not gonna tell you who it is, but I feel like while it kinda came out of left field, like, you know, all of a sudden those two are a thing now, I guess, sort of. When did that happen? But then I look back and I realize there were kind of clues leading up to it. Also, since these are adults having a romance and not angsty teens having a romance, the romance was not the center of the movie or the plot at all. It was just a side plot to tie the characters in together more firmly, I feel. Number 2. Since Black Widow and Hawkeye don't have their own movies for their origin stories, Avengers Age of Ultron puts in way more backstory for both of those characters. One of them having hints throughout with flashbacks and whatever leading up to the big reveal as to what happened, and the other one kind of came out of nowhere and you're like, oh, what? But then it was okay. Overall, I like the backstories. It gave a little more concrete emotional attachment to those two characters that you were able to achieve with the others because they have multiple origin story movies or just other movies. Number 3, there's far more witty banter in the sequel Avengers than the first one, just jokes being cracked back and forth, which is really funny. At times it can seem somewhat forced and a little silly because like you're in a fight to the death, why are you cracking jokes with each other? But the witty banter then does also show that the Avengers are becoming more familiar with each other as a team and more well-oiled unit so that they can kick ass, take names, and crack jokes all at the same time. So I like the humor. Some people might not, but I think it makes it so the characters and the movie itself doesn't take itself too seriously. Number 4 is the moral issues that they touch on. They touch on a lot of different yet very similar moral issues, more so than in the original Avengers movie. There's the normal one where the evil guy wants to make the world perfect by killing all the humans, of course, and the good guys are trying to show him that humans are beautiful and nothing lasts forever and beauty is in the imperfection. And then there's a bunch of other smaller ones underneath that, like, can you fight a war before it happens, and how much of your liberties are you willing to give up in the name of protection, and a lot of that. And I thought that was really good, and it's not just an action movie or not just a stupid CG movie, but it had those as well, which is important because that's life. And number 5, last but not least, because this is where my bias comes in, I have one character in superhero, villain, person, universe ever that is my favorite, and that is the Scarlet Witch. I thought she was so obscure because originally I saw her in X-Men Evolution, the TV show, as a villain that came in later, and that wasn't the more popular X-Men series on TV, and I thought she'd never be mentioned ever. I saw it at the end of one of the other movies, I don't remember, at Quicksilver and Scarlet Witch were going to be in it, and about lost my mind because Scarlet Witch is my favorite because she's so effing badass, and I was not disappointed. If you like Scarlet Witch, she shows her badassdom, and I like it. And maybe because of that bias, I wasn't digging apart, you know, the acting of the whole movie or whatever. I wasn't distracted by any bad acting, so that's good, and I usually am, like other very quick and angry movies. Yeah, I like the Scarlet Witch, and anything with the Scarlet Witch in it that doesn't distract me by bad acting and bad graphics is my favorite. So I really like this movie because she's in it quite a bit, just kicking ass, taking names, mind control, throwing things at people, and so those were all the reasons that I liked and or maybe had problems with Avengers Age of Ultron. As you can see, because you've made it this far, I didn't really have a whole lot of problems with the movie because I actually really liked it, but I'm not really one of those to dig apart a movie and being like, oh, plot holes this and bad acting that. I go to the movies to be entertained. As long as I'm entertained and not distracted by anything that was totally horrible or implausible, then I'm good. And it is a superhero movie, so there's really not a whole lot that's implausible. I mean, Iron Man, in the first movie, Iron Man should have been splattered inside his suit, like the first time he took it out. But if you have any thoughts on Age of Ultron, if you've seen it, feel free to leave them in the comments below. If you have any problems or non-problems with what I've said, also leave those in the comments below. Hit like if you like this video, and subscribe if you want to see more of my videos. I have some very exciting content coming up in the next month or so. I'll see you guys later. Bye!